Hello, everyone. It's Charlton. Please subscribe to my channel, tap the notification bell, and I would appreciate it majorly. So, there's a manhunt underway for this individual. I don't know if that's actually a real good picture. There's several pictures of him out there now. Peter Manfredonia is his name, and he's alleged to have killed two people and abducted another and severely wounded another individual. And this whole crime spree or alleged murder spree began on Friday morning in Willington, Connecticut, nearby UConn, where he is a senior. Before this whole coronavirus thing started, I believe he lived on campus. I'm not positive of that, but there's pictures of his room, which I assume is like a room of a house that on or off campus that he was staying at, that somebody posted on Twitter. We'll get to that in a little bit. So, allegedly, it began on Friday morning, I think around 9 a.m., when somebody was going to give him a slightly older individual, 62-year-old man, was going to give him a ride to his motorbike, which was parked, down the road. And I'm not sure what exactly set him off, but he allegedly attacked him with some kind of. The Daily Mail is calling it a machete. Another outlet actually called it, because sometimes the Daily Mail likes to use some flamboyant, terms, and but it's described as like a sword or a machete at another outlet. Stabbing and ultimately killing the 62-year-old man, as well as another neighbor who I don't think was even helping give him a ride, was just living nearby and either saw the attack taking place and intervened. I'm not real sure. I mean, the wife of the 62-year-old man spoke to the police, or spoke to reporters, probably to the police, who related to the reporters. I mean, this has gone on for a number of days, so they've had to have given press conferences trying to locate this individual. They're still trying to find him. He's still on the loose. He was last seen in East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, which is right at the Pennsylvania-New Jersey border, and this is where this has all ended up. But there was more in between, where he was last seen today, or Sunday, not today. Today's Monday. Today's Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day. But reportedly, the 62-year-old man was on like a four-wheeler, I guess, just having fun over the Memorial Day weekend. And, he got on the back of that to give him a ride. Then his wife reports that somebody just ran up to, the wife's home screaming there's been an awful accident. And the police were called, immediately giving CPR to the 62-year-old man. His name is Ted Demures. He's pictured in this Daily Mail piece and other places. That's him right there. I assume that's his wife with him. It is. And both he and the other older individual, who's just a neighbor that lives nearby, according to the wife, were both taken to the hospital, but Ted Demures died, and the other guy suffered grievous wounds, which I assume is pretty serious. So he went from there, and I'm not sure if he went on foot or if he took the four-wheeler or what, but that's Friday morning. Friday night. By Friday night, he had invaded a home in the same town in Wilmington, Connecticut. Basically, a home invasion. And ultimately stealing that home's truck. Pickup truck, 3 guns and a pistol and some food. But he stayed there for, I think, a period of time. So that he was there from Friday evening to early morning hours Sunday, probably not long after midnight, 2, 3 in the morning. I have no idea exactly what time. But ultimately leaving with the items, with the 3 shotguns, a pistol, I guess the weapon he used to allegedly kill Ted Demures, and some food. And the person who the home he invaded, he didn't kill the people there. And then early Sunday morning hours, there were reports of a 1-vehicle crash in a state park, Osborne-Dale State Park, and actually, because it was the pickup truck that they were aware that of this individual who was on the run after allegedly killing somebody and stabbing somebody else seriously. They knew he had the pickup truck. They surrounded the park, but ultimately, he wasn't located. But they had learned of an associate that he has that lives nearby Osborne-Dale Park in Derby, Connecticut. And so they proceeded to, I think there were witness accounts actually of him on foot after ditching the truck, walking down the road, neighbors seeing him sort of being hysterical in broad daylight, screaming and waving his arms in the air as he walks down the road. A woman described that in a Fox report, but he ends up going to his friend's house. And both he's from Sandy Hook. He's from Sandy Hook, Newtown, Connecticut, which isn't far from Derby, Connecticut. It's about 15 miles or so northwest of it. And he ultimately goes to his friend's house, who he allegedly also kills. We don't know if he was killed by stabbing or by gunshot. And then takes his car and also abducts his girlfriend. His girlfriend, who hasn't been identified. His friend that he killed, his name is Nicholas Eisel. He's shown in Heavy.com. They show a picture of him. So he takes his black Jetta vehicle and abducts his girlfriend, and then at some point, and that was Sunday early morning hours, at some point he abandons the vehicle as well as the girl, and she's actually safe. She's talking to police on the right at the New Jersey-Pennsylvania border. And then he was last seen, I think he was last seen Sunday evening, today's Monday, in East Stroudsburg. There's one witness account of him attempting to get into an Uber vehicle, but then changing his mind at the last minute and getting out real quickly and running off. And they don't know if that tip's accurate or not. So, I mean, there's pictures. I think I mentioned there's pictures of his room where he was living, on or off campus at UConn before this all started, and that's where Wilmington is. I mean, this. Let me give you a map just so you understand kind of where this started and where it all went. And my computer's locking up on me. So that's Wilmington right there. I mean, one of the killings or the home invasion. I believe the home invasion was on Myrtle Road, but UConn is about 6 miles from Wilmington, Connecticut. I mean, that was Friday morning into Friday night. In the home invasion, he stayed there, from Friday night all the way till early morning hours Sunday before taking the truck, the guns, the shotguns, the 3 shotguns, the pistol, and some food, and traveling to, Osbornedale State Park, which isn't far from Derby, and abandoning the truck that he crashed into. I don't even know what. Then going on foot from there to Derby, where his friend lives, Nicholas Eisel, the 23-year-old, who was ultimately killed as well, and he's accused of killing him, Peter Manfredonia. And Sandy Hook, Newtown, is about 15 miles northeast of this. I don't see it on the map, and everything is just totally locking up. There it is, right? There's Newtown right there. But then he proceeded from there to the New Jersey Pennsylvania border, which is basically right here, probably along the Delaware River there, and abandoned the black Volkswagen Jetta that he had stolen from Nicholas Eisel, as well as leaving the girl he abducted, Nicholas Eisel's girlfriend, and she's safe, like I said, and then traveling on by foot to East Stroudsburg. And that's where he was last seen. And like I said, there's reports that he attempted to get an Uber vehicle, but then abandoned that at the last minute and just ran off. And that's the last we've heard about him. And they continue to look for him, and they think he's obviously very dangerous, armed and dangerous. It says that 1 second. This is the report of the Uber vehicle, is the most recent tip. On Sunday afternoon, 69 News received a tip that the suspect got into an Uber vehicle in the Stroudsburg area and asked to be taken to Allentown, but he reportedly got out of the car and ran off. Allentown police say they are still working to confirm whether this tip is accurate. Manfredonia had been wearing a Carhartt maroon knit cap, black and blue pajamas, red shoes, and a gray and black Adidas hoodie. Connecticut State Police said later Sunday he was Last seen wearing a gray shirt and gray pants, police said. So that kind of is, it's not real clear. Police said he is believed to be armed with pistols and long guns and should be considered armed and dangerous. Anyone who sees Manfredonia or has information on his whereabouts should call 911 immediately. There's plenty of pictures of him, and I'll show you right now. He's a bigger dude. He's 6'3", 240 pounds. So, he's pretty sizable. If my thing will come up, I'll show you the pictures that they have of him. That's a picture there. There's two there. There's actually a picture over at heavy.com of him on a motorbike. I don't know if that's the same motorbike that the 62-year-old was reportedly going to give him a ride to. These are many of them are from his Facebook page, his Instagram page. I couldn't find his Instagram page. I found one that was private. I don't think it was him, though. And his Facebook page has been taken down by Facebook, I assume, or himself, but I would assume actually Facebook at this point. His picture, that's his friend, Nicholas Isley, who he reportedly killed, in Derby. But, it wasn't totally clear to me. I was reading different reports that the Volkswagen Jetta that, that he took from Nicholas Isley, that he abandoned at the Pennsylvania-New Jersey border with the girlfriend that he abducted. It had a bumper sticker on the driver's side door that basically said, referenced the Sandy Hook shooting, and it says that the bumper sticker read, quote, in tribute to Newtown victim number 26, end quote. I don't know if that's, and I've seen it described in where they don't, the quote's a little different in other reports. And I didn't understand that. I really didn't. I didn't understand if they're saying the 26 people killed or if they were specifically in tribute to a specific victim. And number 26, I was wondering if that's the shooter. I was wondering because he's the last person who was killed. But I don't know that. I don't. I just didn't fully understand it. And obviously, if this was a bumper sticker that was in tribute to the victim number 26, if that's the shooter, that would be obviously, odd, and I don't know if that bumper sticker was on that car before he took it from his friend, or if he himself put that bumper sticker on the driver's side car, which I'm beginning to think maybe he did. The person who's accused of killing these people, Manfredonia, if he put that bumper sticker on there himself, after taking the car. I'm beginning to think that that's the case. And there's these pictures here of inside of his room provided by somebody on Twitter who I assume maybe lived with him, and or somebody who whoever on Twitter got this from somebody who lived with him, and there's just sort of odd, kind of crazy things written on the wall. Can't make out a lot of it. Or I couldn't. One, that just says I'm not angry, I'm upset, and then some other stuff. But this one says it says up here, it's so crazy. It just might work. We saw what happened when Adam snapped. Adam is the shooter of the Sandy Hook shooter, and we saw what happened when Thanos snapped. I don't know who Thanos is, and I cover a lot of shootings, but I'm not like super shooter expert. I don't. That's not all news stories I cover. But now they see what happened when I snap. So just two various references to the Sandy Hook shooting, and it's just kind of odd. And he's from Sandy Hook, so like I said, that's pretty much the story there. They continue to look for him, and the last he was seen, he was on foot, and we don't know if he's stolen another vehicle or if he's just trekking around, somewhere in East Stroudsburg or what. But he's obviously armed and dangerous. And that's the story there, man. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below. And I'll see you in the next video. Later, man.